that it may grow up, and then it brings forth the fruit. The seed doesn't bring forth the fruit. The seed brings forth the tree. You have to work at nourishing the tree. My own apple trees took 4 years before I saw apples. Then, behold, if you nourish it with much care, it will get root, and it will grow up and bring forth fruit. But if you neglect the tree, if you give up, if you quit, if you lose your faith, if you're blown about by every wind of doctrine, take no thought for its nourishment, behold, it will not get any root, and when the heat of the sun cometh and scorcheth it, because it has no root, it withers away, you pluck it up and cast it out. Now, it's not because the seed wasn't good. You blew it. You lost the tree because you didn't keep nourishing the tree. Your faith withered. Your action stopped. And you lost the tree, but the seed was good. Very profound. See, this puts it on to us, doesn't it? Faith. I'm not going to be able to get to Hugh Nibley's. I've already blathered and blabbed all my hour almost. Hugh Nibley's exposition basically says the thing that impressed me about what Nibley taught was faith is intellectual honesty. Only you know. Only I know. If I have applied with all of my heart, might, mind, and strength and soul this experiment. I can fool the world and say, yeah, I tried. Oh, yeah. Oh, man, I gave it 3 whole hours, dude. Holy cow. Or, yeah, man, I tried it for 5 whole weeks. I tried it. Nothing doing. Nothing. You can fool the world. But only you know inside if you legitimately did the experiment. It is naked, singular, personal, intellectual honesty. The faith to carry out the experiment. It places the onus and the burden on the individual. And only you know if you have done your best. Right? Very scientific. This is perfect. Scientific talking about faith. Wow. Well, it's an experiment. This is one of the greatest scriptures. This is the greatest exposition of faith I've ever read in Scripture. I can't find any better. And there's some dillies in the Bible, I promise. Hebrews has some good stuff. James has some good stuff in relation to faith and righteousness. You bet. Well, this is Alma 32. He says, this is not because the seed was not good. I'm on verse 39. Neither is it because the fruit would not be desirable. You don't know that yet. You gave up. You never even got to the point where you could eat the fruit of the tree. You just simply gave up. Oh, well, there's the tree. Okay, it's done now. Turn around and walk off. No, that is not the experiment. The experiment is to get the tree to produce fruit and taste the fruit. It is because your ground is barren. And you will not nourish the tree. Therefore, you cannot have the fruit. Wow. Verse 40, and thus, if you will not nourish the word, looking forward with an eye of faith to the fruit. See, you don't know if the fruit's going to be good or bad yet. You're still living by faith, even though you're working your butt off nourishing this tree. You're still performing the experiment. You have knowledge up to a certain point. You still don't know about the fruit, though. That you have by faith. It's not blind faith. It's not blind faith. It's an experiment to see. Then you will know. This is the path to knowledge. It is through faith, not through doubt. It is through belief, not through disbelief. Well, here's some seeds. Go plant this tree. Oh, I don't believe they're any good. So what? Go plant them. No, I don't need to. I don't believe they're any good. Would that person then be able to say, I know the seeds weren't any good? Of course not. Not until he carries out the experiment. See that? If you'll nourish the word, you'll nourish the tree as it begins to grow by your faith with great diligence and with patience, looking forward to the fruit thereof. It shall take root, and behold, it shall be a tree springing up into everlasting life. This is a great metaphor for our lives. You can take this literal with a real seed and real trees and real fruit, true. But this is also a metaphor for the way we conduct our lives. This life is an experiment to find the name and the word and to nourish that. You see that? So on one level you have a literal, on another level you have a magnificent metaphor. Alma 32. This is one reason why this is truly my favorite. One of my favorites. It's hard to say it's my favorite. There's so much good in the Book of Mormon. Well, because of your diligence, faith, patience. And by you shall pluck the fruit, which is most precious, which is sweet above all that is sweet, white above all that is white. See, this is the tree of life that Nephi saw in his earlier vision. Alma is alluding to that. He had the record. He knew about Nephi's tree. Until you're filled and you hunger not, neither shall you thirst. Then you will reap the rewards of your faith and your diligence and patience and long-suffering, waiting for the tree to bring forth fruit unto you. Not sitting by back on your dead lazy butt doing nothing in this life. No. Living the good life. Only you know. Only you know here whether you've truly been good today or not. Whether you have really tried to help someone in lesser need than you are. If you have truly tried to do any good in the world today, to bring forth that tree, that reward, because your faith is that the tree and the fruit will show up. No, it may not be here yet. If you quit nourishing the tree, it's a guarantee it won't get here. But if you steadfastly pursue the goal, the reward shows up. So that's why I like Alma 32. And again, I am sorry that I did not do this the way you were needing it done, Book of Mormon reader. Please forgive me, but that's the best I can do to try to accommodate your awesome... I'm grateful I could be a part of your invitation. I hope I didn't ruin it too bad. Thanks. You're awesome, lady. Thank you for reading the Book of Mormon for all of us to enjoy.